Today is 727 day that I'm here to share lessons and learn. I'm learning how does to support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about things that you need to walk away from or do not tolerate. Now, a lot of times we're not supposed to tolerate other people's behavior, and that's of course understandable. But a lot of times we need to not tolerate what kind of behavior? Our own behavior. We're not supposed to tolerate our own behavior and need to change that. And that if they will share 12 things that we not to tolerate, not and walk away from those behaviors that is not good for us. Now, of course, I understand that behavior and what to tolerate and what not to tolerate is very individualistic thing. Sometimes we just need to reflect on our values about ourselves, what we want, what we don't want, and then create those boundaries that we do not tolerate and walk away from things that doesn't align with who you are and who you want to be. But at the same time, there is some common things. Like today, we'll share more of the common things because every single person needs to really think about and reflect what kind of boundaries do they have, what kind of things they will walk away, what things will not tolerate. Because a lot of times people say like tolerate, and it's good to tolerate a lot of different things. Tolerate pain, tolerate hard work, tolerate a lot of multiple things, and maybe I will share that what we're supposed to tolerate in the future. But today I really want to focus on what we're not supposed to tolerate, and what we're supposed to walk away from. So number one is abuse. Now, as I mentioned, abuse could be external. Someone could abuse in a different way, physically, emotionally, and we always understand that we need to walk away. But sometimes we don't ask how we are with each other, or how you are with yourself, how we are with ourselves. Because a lot of times we abuse ourselves emotionally, and sometimes even physically. I know that some people, when they are in tough stations, they start to abuse themselves physically as well and emotionally. That means that we need to say, okay, that is not tolerable. I not tolerate myself doing emotional abuse anymore. So that means I will walk away from those behaviors and I will do something different, that I could not do what I do not tolerate. Because it's easy to not tolerate other people abuse, but do you tolerate your own abuse of yourself? Number two is toxic relationships. It's very, very similar. Toxic relationships could be that, of course, bring a lot of negative emotions. So that means we don't want to tolerate those emotions would bring a lot of negativity in our lives. But again, that is what kind of relationships do you have with yourself? And a lot of times, our relationships with ourselves is so toxic that people watch TV, play music, and they don't want to hear their own thoughts. Those thoughts are so bad. They are such as a bad relationships with themselves that they always need to turn something on. Otherwise, they're not able to really stay quiet with their thoughts. Have you ever done that? Have you ever put your TV because you didn't want to listen to your own thoughts? And I think that I have been there. I have done that 100 times in the past. And I think that it takes a while to really reflect. And the more you do it, the better you feel about a relationship with yourself. You need to have a lot of communication with yourself to be able to build that strong relationship. Because at the beginning, when you start communication with yourself and the relationship with yourself, it seems awkward because you never done it before. So like at the beginning, you'll feel uncomfortable when you start building a relationship with yourself. Number three is discrimination. That means that there's more reflection of things. There could be discrimination for those all different things. Still, race, age, money, conditions, anything. That discrimination is not tolerable. That means that we need to walk away. We're not supposed to allow anyone to discriminate. And I truly believe that is one of the essential things that when we are okay to walking away from no matter what it is, because discrimination is the thing that sometimes it's just walking away is the best thing to do. Number four is unhealthy habits. Unhealthy habits. So that means that when we look into our habits and our routines, and you say, okay, this habit is great, this habit is good, this habit is not that good, and this habit is terrible. Now, of course, when you want to be the best of the best, you need to have all the great habits. But when you don't want to live just a good life, you can have some good habits. But when you want to have just average life, you still need to have those habits that doesn't work against you. So that means we need to say that, okay, what kind of habits you don't tolerate to yourself? You can make a list of things that you will never do again. Because again, I think that a lot of times people do bad habits and worse routines because they tolerate to themselves. They could not tolerate to someone else, but they tolerate to themselves. And it's very, very important to build very strong boundaries with yourself. That what you do and what you don't do. That means it's not like rules, but who you are as a person. And those boundaries, healthy boundaries, could allow you really to avoid things that doesn't serve you at all. Number 5 is negative self-talk. Again, negative self-talk. This is one thing that you're not supposed to tolerate to yourself. If you're speaking to yourself negative things, why you allow to do that to yourself? It's very hard. It's very hard to walk away from negative self-talk because we have a tendency to speak. Every single person that I never met a person who never had a negative self-talk. This is how we wired. Knowing that every single person have negative self-talk, we need to understand that we need to reduce it as much as we can. So that means we need to understand that this is a boundary. We are not tolerating a lot of negative self-talk. That means when you hear it, I said, I'm not tolerating you talking like this to yourself. You need to talk to yourself, not to listen to yourself. This is a beautiful thing when I learned that we need to talk to ourselves, speak to ourselves, but not allow to listen. Because when we listen to ourselves, a lot of times we fall into negative self-talk. Number 6 is unfulfilling work and career. Unfulfilling work and career. How long people stay in one career just because they feel comfortable? How long? Some people are a year, some people 5 years, 10 years. How many people do you know that stay in career only because it pays the bills? And I truly believe that unfulfilling career is one of the things that we're not supposed to tolerate. So of course, I do not know every single circumstance, and sometimes people not able to change that. Maybe there is some situations that you're not able to change that, but if that's the case, I truly believe that is finding the person guidance or creating a plan or strategy to come out of work, build a skill set or something in between. That is the best way. But if you really don't have like that huge importance of that work, maybe just jumping is the most important thing. So not tolerating career that is unfulfilling, because I see that life is short. Life is short. Life is long and short at the same time. Life is short because we need to find the things and do the things that really matters to us. And life is long because we still have when we make a mistake, when you do like mistake for 10 years, 20 years, we still have a chance to fix it. So it's long and short, but at the same time, it is too short to do things that is unfulfilling to us. Number 7 is compromising values. That means that when you do activities or some in between, you always need to ask, how this align with my values? And if it doesn't align those values, when those activities doesn't align with your values, what you do? You do not tolerate those actions. It could be that some other person will try to put you in that station that you don't want to be. And I say that I don't, and you are able to walk away. But sometimes you just potentially could think, oh, that's not that bad. It's not that bad. And of course, you can try to put yourself in that condition, in that action that doesn't align with your values. And you say, I can always say that this is above my boundaries, just outside of my boundaries. I do not tolerate, and I walk away from that thought. I walk away from this action because I do not tolerate this. It's because my values are different based on that action. Number 8 is dishonesty and betrayal. Dishonesty and betrayal. So that is more into other part. So that means if someone is betrayed, if it was dishonest for multiple times, we need to walk away. We need to walk away and really say that this is my boundaries. And again, sometimes we need to understand that where that dishonesty or betrayal coming from. A lot of times, we push people into betrayal. We push people in dishonesty. So that means that we need to take on really that reflection and 100% ownership of what happened. Because a lot of times, because we complain, we're not able to change. But if we really take ownership, we're able to look at how I was impacting that, why that happened, what happened, most of all, what happened, and how I influence this. Because a lot of times I never seen 100% fault of any part. Always there is majority, of course, probably there is some 100% fault, but majority is like 80% fault, 50% fault. It's just easy to complain. But sometimes being able to find your own fault in the things that is hurting you is a very mature thing to do. And of course, we're not supposed to tolerate betrayal. Anyways, even though that we see that there is our fault, we need to say, okay, this is now I'm building boundaries, and if not, we walk away. Number 9 is neglecting health. Neglecting health. Again, we're supposed to build boundaries around our health, and there is some actions, some habits, some routines that is hurting our health. We're not supposed to tolerate that. That's why it's so important to really write down what you will do and what you will not do, because now when you know exactly, you say, this is not what they tolerate. This is not what they do. Because exactly when you create the person, the image, a vision of yourself, who you do, what you do and what you don't do, it's easy to say that this is not the person who I am doesn't do those things, doesn't hurt his health in this way. So you're able to walk away and do not tolerate those habits. Number 10 is negative environment. Negative environment. So that means when we go into specific environment, social gathering, and that environment is not good for you, and it seems that it's diminishing, and you lose the energy, you're not supposed to tolerate it and walk away from those environments. Because energy is one of the most important things for me in life. Because with energy, you're able to pursue anything in life. Energy is so important. So if something reduces your energy, then that means you need to build boundary around that thing, social environment, or any kind of environment. So I don't want to go in those environments where my energy is diminished. So you're not supposed to tolerate that. 11 is financial exploitation. So that means that it could be that you exploit yourself. It could be someone else exploit. And that means that what kind of financial habits do you have in place? Again, we need to understand that we need to walk away from bad habits and walk towards good habits and not tolerate spending and really having those habits that is hurting your financial station. It could be impromptu spending, like you go into your store, you saw something beautiful and you buy it only just it was because it's beautiful. But do you really need it? The question, do you really need it or do you want it? Because the question is sometimes very, very important to ask. Do you need it or do you want it? How important is it to buy now? How often will you use this product that you are planning to buy? And you find that sometimes we don't need it. And then we're able to not buy it and really invest our money into more meaningful things. And the last one is lack of personal growth. Lack of personal growth. It's an interesting thing. Lack of personal growth is a thing that we're not supposed to tolerate. Lack of personal growth, not tolerate. That means when you look into your life, say that, I'm not growing as fast as I could. I'm not pursuing my vision. And you're not supposed to tolerate it. It's like, I'm not that kind of person. I'm a person, top 1%. I'm a person who wants to pursue big things in life. I want to be an ambitious person. I want to be the best in something. Now, again, I understand that different people see ambition and success differently, but what success means to you, what ambition means to you. Do you want to be the best dad in the universe? Okay. So how to be that? Just by thinking that you want to be the best dad, you will not be that. If you want to be the best dad, that means you need to invest. You need to find the best dads. You need to read about the best parenting books. You need to attend seminars. So you're able to invest your time and money and energy into becoming the thing that you want to be. And sometimes, as I said, becoming the best dad is not a financial goal, but that could be a huge success. So what is your ambition? What is your success? Because lack of personal growth in your success that's what you're not supposed to tolerate. Because success is different to each other. But when you know exactly what success means to you, then you're able to create boundaries around it and say, I will not tolerate not pursuing that. I will not tolerate. So when I'm not doing a couple days of consistent growth, I will not tolerate and I will do something. That means that it doesn't matter how big, because I love about personal growth is that it doesn't matter how small, still you need to move forward. So that means you can crawl, you can walk, you can run, you can fly. And if you're not able to really fly, you can walk. If you're not able to walk, if you're not able to fly, you can run. If you're not able to run, you can walk. And if you're not able to walk, you're able to crawl. So it doesn't matter how much you invest in your growth, but you need to invest, and you're not supposed to tolerate lack of personal growth. So as I said at the beginning, that Everyone needs to reflect on their boundaries, on their station, on their success, and what is important for them, what is their values, and everything in between, and then create the things that they will walk away, and what the things, or the things that they will not tolerate. Because I really love that. Because I said that I do not watch TV news, so that means that when I hear someone is watching the TV news, I walk away because I don't do that. I don't speak about politics, so when someone speaks about politics, I walk away because I don't know much about it. Maybe I will change it in the future, but at this point, I don't do that. When someone is playing games, video games, I don't play video games. I will walk away and don't tolerate myself playing games. So there's a lot of things that I decided is important for me. And at the same time, you need to decide what is important for you, what you're able to walk away and not tolerate. Because it's a beautiful thing when you know exactly what you not tolerate. Because when the situation comes in, you don't need to think about it. Because you know exactly that you do not tolerate those things. And you just say, no, I'm not interested. I'm doing something else. So I hope that really reflecting on your boundaries, on things that you want to walk away, allow you to be much more assertive. Because when you know exactly what you're walking away from, you'll be able to be very assertive. And people know that when you are assertive, people are able to hear by the way how you say, and you don't question it. Because when you not assertive and you say in questioning and you don't trust yourself, people will try to push some actions and habits onto you. But when people are able that you assertive and they believe that you believe what you said, they will never question your decisions. So I hope that you will be able to do that and become much more assertive in your decisions, so that people could listen what you say as well. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.